We've talked about it a bit, and tonight you get to see our new News 24 documentary, The Fight for the Right. We're living through unprecedented political upheaval. When I first voted in federal elections, the major parties accounted for more than 93% of first preference votes. More than 9 in every 10 people voted for either Labor or the Coalition. Even just 20 years ago, at the end of the Howard era, the combined vote for the major parties was 85%. Last year, it was 65%, less than two-thirds. And now, according to the latest polls, Labor and the Coalition combined are attracting less than half of the vote. Labor's vote has been shrinking, but on the right of centre, the rise of One Nation has split the vote and crushed the Coalition. This is perhaps the most significant development in our electoral politics since the Labor split of the 1950s. That helped keep Labor out of power, and so it could be for the right of centre parties. In the documentary, Pauline Hanson responds to the proposition that her party's rise could actually help Labor in the upcoming Victorian election.
No, I don't believe that, right? It's up to the people out there. If you want to get rid of Labor, then you vote One Nation number 1, and then you put Libs number 2. So that's a fallacy that everyone's putting out there. Oh, you're going to hand it back to the Labor Party. No. I tell you something, Libs by themselves will not win government in this state. They will not. And if One Nation wasn't here, they'd be handing it straight back to the Labor Party.
In the fight for the right, we hear from key political voices, but also from many voters. The people driving this change explain why they've shifted their votes. And the One Nation converts don't look or sound how many might expect. What do you think of her? How would you sum her up for the Australian population?
Look, she's the right candidate for Prime Minister. She's the one who can get Australia in the right direction, and she can get Australia back in the older days, which it used to be.
You voted for? It doesn't matter if you offend him.
We voted for One Nation.
Oh, so you voted for David Farley?
Yeah.
Tell me about why you voted for One Nation.
We just felt that the government needed to shift into a bit of a different direction. We need to be going that way. We've got a small business, so we need people who are going to help support small business.
You didn't think the Liberal Party or the National Party, the Coalition, would help small business?
Not at the moment.
What do you think of Pauline Hanson?
I think she's great, actually. Yeah.
This quiet political revolution unfolding in the regions is a lot more volatile in our major cities. The animosity towards Hanson is similar to what we saw almost 30 years ago. And the One Nation founder and leader shows considerable courage and resilience. Do you fear for your personal safety?
No.
Why not?
I don't fear for it. I'm concerned, and in certain areas that I won't go in certain parts of Australia, by all means, but that's not unlike many other Australians,
There are
actually.
places in this country you won't go.
Yeah.
Where?
Streets of Melbourne here. You see every time I come down here, the protest, and you've seen it on the streets here, the viciousness, the nastiness, we've seen that, and they've called, last time I was here, death,
Despite this antipathy, despite attacks from the major parties, Hanson keeps marching on. But while she's now talking about the possibility of One Nation being a party of government in Victoria and nationally, she styles herself as the anti-politician.
I'm not just a politician. I am this Australian. You're talking about me. This is my grassroots. This is where I was born. This is my country. This is not the country that I grew up in. And if I don't speak up, who else is?
Now, one fact that I'm certain many voters are not aware of is the extraordinary lack of internal democracy within One Nation. All power for now resides with Hanson. Rule 4.3.2.1 of the One Nation Constitution declares that upon resigning from the position of President, Pauline Lee Hanson shall appoint her successor to become the next President of the party. That's it. Hanson chooses her successor. No party vote, no national executive decision, just Pauline Hanson hand-picking her successor.
You get to choose your successor, and I want to know who your successor will be.
Oh, God, I can't tell you because I haven't chosen. Chris, I'm not going anywhere for a while, so just wait and see.
Is that going to be Barnaby Joyce or Lee Hanson?
Oh, God, it could be someone else out there, couldn't it?
Maybe, you tell
So
me.
there you go. No, I'm not telling you anything because that decision hasn't been made. And as I said, people have alluded to the fact, or the media have alluded to, that it's my daughter. And I tell you what, that's not the case. She has to prove herself. Barnaby's only been with the party for 8 months. So why would I say give it to Barnaby? So
Couldn't you just write it in an envelope and put it in a safe so that if you got hit by a bus, you...
it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
No wonder everyone else in the party is so nice to Pauline Hanson, so deferential. It is, after all, her show. Has she reached her zenith? Is it all downhill from here? Or is the One Nation story about to write new chapters?
Quick favour, if you are the kind of person who loves Australia and wants to be up to date on what is really going on in our country's politics, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It keeps this channel going. Over 90% of viewers have not subscribed yet, and it would mean the world to us if you did. Thank you. Now, back to the show. The two-party system did not just crack, it fell off the cliff. Within a single generation, the combined vote of Labor and the Coalition has plummeted from 93% of Australians down to under half. And standing on top of the rubble, smiling, is Pauline Hanson. G'day, and welcome to the story everyone is too polite to tell. Let us start with a number that should terrify both party headquarters. In the 90s, the major parties owned 93 cents of every political dollar. Today, fewer than half of Australian voters will touch either of them. That is not a slow erosion, that is a structural rupture, the biggest shake-up in our politics since the Labor split of the 1950s. And it's not coming from the cities, it's coming from the regions, from small business owners, from the people who watched the major parties chase inner-city approval and quietly decided they had been abandoned. Now here's where it gets clever, because Hanson is no longer just a protest vote. She's running the arithmetic. Her pitch on preferences is brutally simple. Put One Nation first, put the Liberals second, and deny Labor government. And she says the quiet part right out loud, that the Liberal Party cannot win Victoria without her. Whether you love her or loathe her, that's not a fringe message. That is a party positioning itself as a party of government.
Before we keep going, do not forget to like and subscribe. It is how more Australians find this channel. And trust me, this story is only getting bigger. But let us talk about who is actually voting for her, because the lazy stereotype is wrong. These are not caricatures. They are small business owners, regional families, and retirees who want one thing above all: for Australia to go back to the way it used to be. That nostalgia is the entire engine, and while the cities respond with protests so vicious they include death threats, the regions are having a quiet political revolution. The chasm between urban and regional Australia is no longer a talking point, it is a fault line. And then there's the detail nobody outside the party is watching, the rule book. Rule 4.3.2.1 of the One Nation Constitution says only one person appoints the next leader. No internal election, no executive vote. Pauline Hanson and Pauline Hanson alone. Ask who succeeds her and she won't answer. Not her daughter, not Barnaby Joyce, just a shrug and a promise that whoever it is has to prove herself. That is not a political party. That is a personal project with a constitution. Which leaves Australia with one enormous question. Has Hanson reached her political zenith, or is she still climbing? Can a movement built on one personality outlive it, or will the right splinter the moment she steps back? Because this is not really a story about one nation at all. It's a story about whether Australian democracy still works the way we thought it did. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you